King, what's happened to Billy Boat?
Well, this now, Mike, is where the racer obviously earns his money, as Scott Sharp can tell us. Just talked to Craig Baranowski, who's the chief mechanic on this car, and he said that Billy Boat is not saying a word, says nothing about the car. He's doing nothing but gritting his teeth and driving this race car as hard as he can. So right now, the ball is obviously in Billy Boat's court.
Last lap passed, he was the fastest of our 3 cars on the lead lap. Billy Boat was, so he is gaining some ground, but the other 2 leaders are in traffic. So far, Goodyear in blue and white has been able to stay in front of the 91 car, but not by much. Brian Hammond.
Well, keep in mind, as you watch Scott Goodyear try to hang on for dear life and stay on the lead lap, he is very, very close on fuel. If they don't get a yellow, they may have to come back in for a splash and go.
Goodyear pitted at lap 152. Which means he would have to run 56 laps on this tank.
I don't think he can do that, especially with these speeds. He's using up a lot of fuel right now. I'm sure he's praying for a yellow, not only to save him on the fuel, but to give him that full lap back. He's running ahead of Buddy, but boy, Buddy's right all over him right now.
And this is tough. He's working on Stefan Gregoire, who has taken up a lot of racetrack. And the leaders were going fast earlier. Lazier may be content to single file this.
I think Buddy's going to push the issue. He really is. He's aggressive like this. Oh, 3 wide going in. Wow, what a move by Buddy, up high like that.
And Gregoire took his half right out of the middle, and the leaders had to split him.
Everyone about equal trying to get through this traffic. Doesn't seem like it's playing into anybody's hands so much. At this point in time, from a driver's standpoint, no one's really talking to any of these drivers. They know where they are. They know who they have to race with, and just pedal the metal as hard as they can push.
Scott Goodyear works the lap traffic. Now Buddy Lazier, the race leader, and Billy Boat is there again.
Oh, boy. Boy, that really played into Billy's hands.
For the lead, Billy Boat.
Oh!
They almost touched.
Boy, Billy pushed Buddy up a bit there, and he got the lead. This is interesting.
Well, if this is a 200-mile-an-hour chess game, Billy Boat played his moves perfectly, timing the pass underneath Lazier and the lapped car, so Lazier had to either steer or lift or go out in a blaze of glory.
11 laps to go. Buddy really didn't have much of a choice there. Lost any momentum he had, and Billy was able to just keep the power down. We're going to see now. I think Buddy's got the faster car. Here we go. Here we go. Wow. Buddy on the inside. Buddy with a wow. What an aggressive move.
Incredible.
Where did that speed come from?
Where did that speed and where did that cut and thrust in the traffic to just take the nose right off Billy Boat as they went down to turn 1? What a power move.
Boy, that showed some strength here. Boy, everyone has to be excited. And right back up behind Scott Goodyear again. Boy, I'm sure Buddy is fit to be tied at this point in time with the amount of time he has spent behind Scott Goodyear.
But now, Scott, they have an open track ahead of them. Traffic will not come into play for perhaps another 6 or 7 laps, and there will be 10 to go. There are your first and second place cars just ahead of them. Scott Goodyear is third.
I don't know. You know, I think Buddy really needed some traffic to hold Scott up and to get the run and maybe even get by him. I don't know if on a clear track he's going to be able to. They seem to be too equal down in turns 1 and 2. The only place he probably has a chance is turns 3. And you look, you see Buddy Lazier point. Oh, finally gets it. Finally gets underneath him. But Lazier was pointing at Scott Goodyear. He knew this was going to maybe cost him his race, and I think Scott's probably really close on fuel by now.
Now on the steering wheel of Scott Goodyear's car, you saw that 33.3. That's an indication of fuel used.
He has a digital display on his dash that tells him how much fuel he uses every lap, and it keeps accumulating. What that shows him that is if all the communications with the pit went out, once it gets to that number, he can't go another lap. He's got to pit. So he can just watch that on his dash slowly adding up. And once it gets to that level, he has to pit.
So when he uses 33.3 of the 35 gallons in the tank, he has to pit.
He has to come in.
Well, he's now 1 lap down. Scott Goodyear is, along with Alfonso Giafoni. They are 3rd and 4th. And the race comes down to Buddy Lazier versus Billy Boat. And there's Boat.
And Billy Boat was able to get by Scott Goodyear. So Scott must be trying to conserve at this point in time.
Scott Goodyear has a long gap back to Giafoni.
Buddy's fiancee Kara just can't believe this.
Looking on as we get down to the closing lap, 6 to go. Buddy Lazier looking for the first time in 15 months to win an Indy Racing League event. May 96 at the Speedway in Indianapolis.
Whoa,
last taste of victory.
Inside of Tony Stewart, he caught him in a real hurry. I think he surprised him a little bit. Seems like the gap to Billy Boat's pretty much stabilized.
1.9 seconds, first to second. 5 to go.
And boy, this is hard right now on Buddy. He's out on his own. You start hearing all the little noises the car makes. You start thinking your mind really runs with things. You hope nothing, hope everything can hold together.
No. The noise you're supposed to be hearing is the cash register.
Well, at this point, you want to get to the checkered flag first, I think, before you worry about the cash register.
Right.
Boy, he's opening up now. It's 2.2 on Billy. Billy's got a little bit of traffic to deal with. 4 laps to go.
And Goodyear continues to run third, but now 1 lap back. Giafoni in fourth, Kenny Breck in fifth. Sixth is Eddie Cheever, Tony Stewart, Marco Greco, Stefan Gregoire, Eliseo Salazar.
Buddy's really had an up and down season. If he's able to pull this off, this will be a big thing for this team. They switched over a few races back, actually around 8,500 time. Went to the Oldsmobile Aurora Motors. They've been primed for a good finish for a long time. All he needed to hold it on for is a few more laps.
And it shows a good bit of parity in this sport. The leader with the Dallara chassis on Firestone tires. Second place, Billy Boat with the G-Force chassis.
Goodyear tires.
Goodyear.
Yeah. 2 more laps to go.
First appearance of Indy cars in Charlotte, North Carolina since 1927 when they ran on a board track. According to Donald Davidson, our historian, and Buddy Lazier is just about a lap away from becoming the first IndyCar winner in Charlotte in 70 years. Lazier takes the white flag and heads for home.
And the fans are excited. You can see almost I think all 73,000 are on their feet right now.
Well, they've seen a great race tonight. A lot of passing, a lot of lead changing. And here is Lazier up into turn number 3.
1 more corner.
Slicing underneath the lap car. Buddy Lazier, Ron Hemmelgarn and team will be celebrating in victory lane as Buddy Lazier wins the VisionAire 500. There's Billy Boat taking the checkered flag in second. Scott Goodyear is third. Alfonso Giafoni fourth. And Kenny Breck will finish fifth.
What a great day for Buddy Lazier. Wow, look at just how excited he is. He's really happy. What a battle. He drove his tail off to get to where he is right now. That's a great thing for that whole Buddy Lazier team.
We'll meet Buddy Lazier in victory lane when we come back to Charlotte Motor Speedway right after this. Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Mike Joy with Scott Sharp, and in victory lane, Buddy Lazier. Mike King is with him.
Yeah, well, here's the winner of the inaugural VisionAire 500, Buddy Lazier. And, Buddy, quite a battle out there those last 20 laps. You had 1 car that you had to get past before you and Billy could go racing there at the end.
Yeah, we really had a hard time in traffic, but it was just a wonderful race. My crew did a great job with track position. They really did, and it was just a hard-fought battle. Wonderful racetrack. It's so great to be here.
First time since the 1996 Indianapolis 500. This is one you guys have been waiting for.
We needed this bad. Yeah, so it feels really good. It feels really good.
As you can imagine, he's hot, he's sweaty, but he is happy. Buddy Lazier, the winner of the inaugural VisionAire 500. Mike?
Billy Boat, a hard-earned second. Scott Goodyear third. Alfonso Giafoni fourth. Kenny Breck fifth. Sixth is Eddie Cheever. Tony Stewart led early, then struggled to a 7th-place run. Stefan Gregoire and Marco Greco, Eliseo Salazar round out the top 10. And John Paul Jr. and Jim Guthrie. Mike Groth was the last car, or rather Vincenzo Sperry was the last car running. And Robbie Groth, Jimmy Kite into the wall. Davey Hamilton crashing with Guerrero. Sam Schmidt out with engine trouble. Mark Dismore lost an engine. Ari Lyondike handling. Greg Ray and Jack Miller mechanical difficulty taking them from the race. Indy cars come to NASCAR land. Scott Sharp, a lot of fun and a great race.
Well, it's impressive. It's great to see the IRL be able to come down to a new region like this and show what they can do. It's 5 winners out of 6 races for the IRL, and I think a great crowd tonight's got to see a great show.
Well, thanks for joining us. For Scott Sharp, Brian Hammonds, and Mike King, I'm Mike Joy saying so long from Charlotte Motor Speedway, where Buddy Lazier has won the VisionAire 500. Coming up next, the CBS Sports Show takes you to the gateway of the Midwest, St. Louis, Missouri, for live Pro Beach volleyball. Buddy Lazier has won the inaugural VisionAire 500.